Riviera is undoubtedly special. From the Hollywood vibe to the history that Hogan made here, there are few places that can match Riviera.
It's just a straight-out great golf course. George Thomas, the great designer, did a phenomenal job here. It's hard to criticise a single hole on this golf course, and you referenced Hogan. This is one of the many places that is called Hogan's Alley. And yet the little quirk of fate at Riviera is neither Nicklaus or Woods ever won around here.
That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway. Nope, that's into the left rough, and that will be a big ask to get home in 2 here on this first hole. A picture-perfect drive there, and a long one, too. That's right down the heart of this first fairway. And we'll have to see going forward how often he leaves the driver in the bag, but a good shot here on the first hole with that 3-wood. That's the danger of trying to run one up there. That's into the long, thin bunker that guards the front of this first hole.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4. I dare say a touch too aggressive. Try to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. It is very ambitious. Look what's happened. Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You advance the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. So he'll dig in here as he readies his 3rd to this par 5.
Well, that sand is a little inconsistent. Didn't quite come out the way we expected to, but still a chance for birdie.
So now from the fringe, a long chance, but a chance nonetheless for an eagle. Oh, that is a really good putt. Got it to throw out the anchor right near the hole. That's well done. Nota Begay is down on the first green looking at this for birdie.
Tough to see any break in this, maybe slightly to the right. Putting back up the hill, so gotta keep up the speed.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. This one moving left here for birdie. Disappointing. 7 feet now for birdie. Ah, yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. So now eyeing this one for birdie. Yes, well done to get it in close, and then that finished off for a birdie here at the par 5. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Next up, the number 1 handicap hole at Riviera, the 471-yard par 4 second, playing into the prevailing ocean breeze, making it play that much longer. Par is a very good score here. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. To the ball on an upslope now for his second. From the rough, we check in with Nota.
Ball in the left rough. Really have to consider going to this elevated green, how you're going to get it to stop. And one thing you got to do is you got to hit it high and soft.
From the rough into the bunker, or the frying pan into the fire. Sometimes mistakes They just have a way of compounding themselves. So from the rough, here's his second at 2.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Okay, not bad out of the sand, and that's what will remain, trying to grind out a par.
This one measures out to 15 feet.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and that just skips a foot or so by. Okay, double bogey at the second. 2 over through 2 holes.
Even par early on.
Okay, no problem with that one. 1 over for the day. Not a long hole here, the third at Riviera, just 434 yards. This is about position, and really the best way to get at the whole location is to sail it over that fairway bunker on the left. That'll give you a really good angle. Oh, and it's a narrow fairway here at 3, but that'll be in a great spot. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine.
Drive down the left, flag on the left. That's not exactly the best mix, but pin is sort of middle left, so there's enough room to play with.
This one turning left a bit off the tee.
Three holes in, and this is very much a struggle. Another one finds the rough. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. Are you really going to take that seriously? That ball wasn't even going to land on the green, but it's finished up fine.
Now Nota his second from the fairway.
He's looking at 136 yards to the front, 153 to the hole, pin sitting on the left half of the green.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by a quarter of an inch, you lose 10%? That's right, 10%.
So from off the fairway, his second now at 3. A birdie putt down to Iona.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. I mean, when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
He's hoping here to at least get this to tap-in range, but it is for birdie. This would be a bonus from 25 feet away.
That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
Okay, good job to limit the damage as that's in for a bogey. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. +1 in the early going. Well, this is just a great par 3, 236 yards, the fourth hole. And as they like to say on tour, you can't fake this one. This will take your best shot, and you'd be happy with a 3 here. And that one gets a nice kick, and it will hop onto this fourth green. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. One giant bunker on this fourth hole, and this tee shot's going to nestle down in there. That one kind of took off on him. That'll happen sometimes coming out of the bunker, and that scoots right on by. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out. Yeah, that was going to be tough to fly that all the way to the hole out of the bunker, and this is going to come up a good bit short. Look here at birdie.
And this is a putt pros practice for hours. Slightly uphill and dead straight.
Sizable putt from 16 feet.
Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. Confident stroke there, good pace, just steered it right in there for his par. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. 2 over for the day. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Up next, Riviera's 434-yard par 4 fifth. A lot to worry about here. Canyon wall and OB on the right, trees down the left, and of course, the iconic grass mound, which cuts into the fairway short of the green. That's up the left side. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Working out of the rough now for his second at the par 4 fifth. Here we go.
Rich, I thought this was going to be a tough shot. Pin at the back of the green, but total disdain. Threw it all the way back there.
Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work. No, it's not close, but it is on the green.
Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yes, there's 135 yards to the flag, and that pin, well, it's back left today.
And that's a good approach shot too. Just a little left of the hole, but a good chance for birdie.
Well, as an old baseball announcer once said, going, going,
Gone.
goodbye. Iona, this a birdie putt.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
Well, that takes the strain off the next one.
Good lag putt right there.
15 feet away.
That's a good putt right there. That's a birdie, and it is back to 1 over now for the round. A great opportunity here for birdie. That's as stress-free a birdie as you're going to get on this course. That is well done. Three over for the day. Cleans that up in the hole. Now to the 6th, affectionately known in some circles as the donut hole. And it's easy to see why. One pot bunker dead in the center of the green. And that's the genius of the hole, as it takes away the safe spot and forces you to play target golf. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead. Okay, that ball safely on the green. Oh, a sigh of relief there. This tee shot avoids the bunker in the middle of the green, and it leaves a direct look here at birdie. Now, from the apron, a second to the par 3. Now this for birdie.
Two factors to consider here. First of all, braking from left to right, and it's going to be pretty quick back down this hill.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. This one should work sharply to his right. It's for birdie.
from about 8 feet.
Yeah, good bounce back par there. Still time to get this round turned around, and that won't hurt a bit. A straightforward look here for birdie. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. It's a birdie, and back to +2 now for the round. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Disappointment there. That'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Here's another hole that is distinctly Riviera. 408 yards of par 4, but you have that giant bunker going all the way down the left side and then the barranca on the right. The fairway closes in, pinches at about the 270-yard mark, so with all that's going on and as narrow as it gets, you have to hit it straight off the tee here. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. This one started up the right side, and that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. From the fairway nota, this is second.
144 left to the hole. Hole cut right in the middle.
I know it's the second shot golf course, but what an iron shot. I don't care, that's the first, the last. That's a great shot.
Second shot, good look at the green.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
135 yards of golf to be played here on this hole.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Here at 7, this is second from off the fairway. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
A long one coming up here for birdie.
He'll have 17 feet on this putt.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. You bet. Easy as can be. That's in for birdie. Nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. So came into this hole at 2 over, but with the double, you can do the math. He's now at 4 over. The surprises don't stop here on Riviera's front side as we come to the 433-yard par 4-8. One of course designer George C. Thomas's all-time favorites. A split fairway is the unique feature here. Like many holes, this one forces you to really have a strategy. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Yeah, that's a good shot. Decided to go for the right side fairway, and that's in good shape.
Another good tee shot, just down the right side. And have a look up ahead. That flag is also on the right. So ideally, you might want to go a little left of it, but it's going to still take a very good second shot.
Now, that was a little indecisive, and it's going to wind up in that waist area in between the two fairways. Now, that is going to wind up in neither of the two fairways. It's into the rough in between the two from the fairway. Let's go to Noda.
From the left side fairway, the hole really opens up. Great angle to access. Holes cut along the right side of this green, but beware, don't go long and right because the ball will run toward the ravine.
Now, a very conservative approach shot. It's a safe side of the green, but as we can all attest, a long way from the hole. It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Well, you got to be careful not to catch the hosel here as he lines up his second. This one's looking good.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
Yes, he's left himself 140 yards to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
And that is into that left side fairway. That's where most players like to be, and that will work out just fine. This will require the full attention. A huge swing left to right on this putt. Just trying to get it in there close. That's a mishit, misjudgment, and maybe another missed putt coming up. This one going to require some pace back up the hill for birdie.
Yeah, that's surprising. You wouldn't think he'd leave that short.
13 feet away.
Nope. Birdie putt now moving to his right. Nope, that's not on target, and he just hasn't been able to make much happen here. Oh no, I thought that was in for sure. Just a little jag right at the end, gonna leave it on the lip. Disappointment there. That'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. We finish up the front side at Riviera with a 458-yard par 4 ninth, one of the finest par 4s in the game. A long, straight drive. If he can manage it, will take the two fairway bunkers out of play. This one starting a hair right. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. It seemed like the smart play was to go with the 3-wood, hoping for a little more accuracy, but instead, this is going to be in the bunker.
All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
So from the rough, his second at 9. Now note his second from the fairway.
160 gets him to the hole. Pin about medium depth, though it is on the left side.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been.
And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. This one has a chance to be close.
Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Safely out of the bunker, but still a little bit of work left. I think you'd like to see that a little closer. Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and that just skips a foot or so by.
This is an 11-foot putt.
Oh, you're kidding? This game's unfair sometimes. That looked in the whole way. Didn't trust the read there, and that's going to cost him. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that'll be a 2 over 37 for this outward 9. Okay, so it's a bogey for him here at the ninth. And that's going to be a 1-over score of 36 on this outward 9. So attacking here, it's a bogey at the 9th. And that means that is a disappointing 40 on the front side, 5 over par. Okay, so it's a bogey for him here at the 9th. And this will be a 4-over score of 39 on this front side. Well, this hole, the 315-yard par 4 10th, has been talked about so much. If you ask the professionals what's the best short par 4 in the world, most will point to this. It's all about options in that little sliver of a green which causes players headaches. This one is not just about the length, obviously, but it is a really strategic play. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Uh-oh, that's not going as intended. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.